Okay, well, this is about the third or fourth first person view, or FPV, flight I've taken with my DJI Neo 2 drone. And this is at the Roland Park Country Club, which has been turned into a park. I don't know if the club is still active or not, but here I am, taking off, heading kind of uphill here a little bit. And then I'm going to go off into this side park or side field and do a spin around here. Part of what I'm trying to do is figure out, what size of a place do I need to be able to fly this thing. And I think I demonstrate through this flight today that I can do it in a fairly tight place. I'll point that out again later. Here I'm getting down to the ground around 15 feet off, zipping around. Now I'm going to go up over these trees, and given that they don't have any leaves on them, they're harder to see, and I'm trying to be conservative and make sure I don't get hung up in them and get my damn thing lost in the tree. You can see me down there briefly as I'm diving down, making a nice gentle turn here. I'm going to head part way up towards the club building there, and then I'm going to hang a left and cut through a gap in the trees fairly low down here. Again, I'm in what's known as normal mode flight. It's not exactly beginner flight. There actually is a beginner flight, but normal mode is very slow and gentle, whereas sport mode is a little bit faster. You can see I got near a tree there. I'm going uphill, up gradient, climbing up here over what I think might be kind of a little, I don't know if it's a putting green or not. And then I'm going to head on downhill here. You can see me way down there at the bottom. I'm probably, I don't know, few hundred yards away. I'm going to bank to the right here and go back up and over some trees. Again, I'm being conservative, not wanting to lose my new drone, the DJI Neo 2. It is nice when you come up over something high like this, the feeling of diving down, which you're going to see here in a couple seconds. There we go, into a little dive, banking a little bit, kind of hugging the tree there, and then banking back the other way. I'm barely getting into the abilities of this drone. Now, this is a fairly tight place to fly, and you'll see here as I get down towards the end, I make a pretty tight turn. This thing can make pretty darn tight turns when you need to. Hugging the boundary of the area here just to see what's around. This little side field is smaller than a field near my house, so I'm now confident I can fly at this field near my house. I'm going to go back up over the trees here. Again, making sure I get plenty of elevation. I don't want to hang up on a little branch that I can't see. Then I'm going to come down and dive on myself, do a little buzz as I go by. It's very interesting to, you can hardly hear the drone until it gets close to you. This is a pretty quiet drone, and it's interesting to hear it come from behind. You can see that it's about to do that. Now I'm going to hit this little gap here, buzz around this field again, going a little bit outside the boundaries at some point. Usually I, in the past couple of flights, try to stay completely in the boundaries. I don't really, not really, oh, here I am spiraling up. Now I want to go check out my car that's parked over here and briefly go outside the fence line. Now I'm going to shoot for that gap over there. It's a pretty big gap. I know a lot of people fly through tiny little holes. I'm still new at this. You can see off to the right the gradient of the hill going up, which I'm about to climb up here pretty soon. As I climb up that hill, I'm going to pull it to a stop at the top. Now this thing, you got to gradually let off of the accelerator, otherwise this thing will just slam to a stop. And so I'm slowly letting off. I'm going to use there's a little joystick on this thing that allows you to go straight up if you want, which is cool. I'm rising here so I can spin the thing around. I'm also pointing the gimbal down as I rise so you can see what's down below. I'm going to do a quick spin around here, and then bring it back more slowly. That's a high school football field over there. As you come around, you'll see coming into the right about now, off on the horizon, is the cathedral in Baltimore. I don't know, St. Mary's or something like that. You can probably see the harbor over there in the background barely. I'm pointing back down, gonna look over here at these little tennis courts, and then I'm gonna be bringing it in for the end of the flight here pretty soon. Tempted to fly down at the treetop level over these trees into that field again, but decided I would just bring it in for the end of the flight. Using about half of my battery, I would say, maybe a little over half. It's supposedly healthier for the batteries to be stored at about half full level. You don't want to have it be stored empty or stored full, supposedly. I don't really know. So here I am coming in gradually, and then I'm going to stop and call it a successful first-person view flight with my DJI Neo 2.